Okay everyone, so this is unit number 4, macroeconomics, and this is from AS level economics, chapter number 16, circular flow of income. So in this video I'll explain you how income flows between different economic agents in 2 sector, 3 sector and 4 sector economies, right? So we divide economies into 3 different types. Rather there are only 2 types. One is closed economy and the other one is open economy, and closed economy is further divided into 2 types. So first one is a closed economy, and the second one is an open economy. Okay, so closed economy is a type of economy in which there are like 2 and 3 economic agents, and closed economy is a type of economy in which circular flow of income takes place within the national boundaries of a country, while open economy is a type of economy in which trade takes place between different countries. So income also flows between different countries. When economies are open to international trade, those are known as open economies. When they are basically economies do not involve in international trade, that is called a closed economy. Closed economy is further divided into 2 types. One is called two sector economy, and the other one is called 3 sector economy. And open economies are 4 sector economies, right? 4 sector economies. So first of all, we will look into the basic definition of 2 sector economy and then 3 sector economy, and we will draw a circular flow of income as well. So 2 sector economy is a type of economy in which there are only 2 economic agents, right? So there are only 2 economic agents or economic actors, and what are those? Those include, number 1 is households and the second one is firms, right? So it is also known as closed economy without government. 2 sector economy is also known as closed economy without government. And then is 3 sector economy. 3 sector economy is also a closed economy but with government, right? So it means in 3 sector economy there are 3 economic agents. One is households, and number 2 is firms, and number 3 is the government. So these are 3 economic agents involved in 3 sector economy. And in 4 sector economy there are 4 economic agents or actors, including households, firms, government and international trade. I'm using IT for international trade. So this is the difference between closed and open economies. Now moving to the circular flow of income, how income flows between different economic actors in 2 sector economies. So first of all, I'm focusing on 2 sector economy. As I told you earlier that 2 sector economies are the type of economies that include only 2 economic agents. One is household, so this is households, and the other one is firms or businesses. So circular flow of income takes place between these 2 economic actors. Households have different factors of production, including land, labor and capital, and these households provide land, labor, capital to the firms, and firms will use these factors of production to produce goods and services, and these goods and services are sold to the households. So households provide land, labor, capital, and firms use these land, labor, capital to produce goods and services, and these goods and services are sold to the households. So this is how income this is how like factors of production and goods and services move anti-clockwise from households to the firms and firms to the household. So this kind of movement is known as anti-clockwise movement, right? So resources and goods and services are moving anti-clockwise. Okay, so you should keep it in mind because examiner generally asks this question, how income and how like factors of production move in circular flow of income. So resources and goods and services move anti-clockwise while money moves clockwise, right? So households provide land, labor, capital to the firms, and firms will pay price of these factors of production in the form of rent. If households have provided land, then firms will pay rent, wages for labor, and interest for capital. So money will flow from firms to the households, and firms will sell goods and services to the households, and households will pay price of these goods and services to the firms, and money will flow back from the households to the firms. So this is how money moves between two economic agents, and this movement is clockwise movement, right? So this type of movement is clockwise. So money flows clockwise and resources and goods and services move anti-clockwise. Moving to the three sector economy, right? So I'll just change this word three sector, and I'll make amendment in this the same like circular flow of income for three sector economy. In three sector economy, there are three economic agents or actors, including households, firms, and the government. So households will provide land, labor, capital to the firms, and firms will produce goods and services and that are sold to the households. Households will pay price of these goods and services to the firms, and firms will pay rent, interest, and wages to the households. So this is how circular flow will keep taking place. But keep in mind there may be some injections into the circular flow of income in three sector economy. Injections are the methods through which cash is injected into this circular flow of income. Like it is added into this circular flow of income. How it is added? For example, there are multiple ways. I'll discuss those. And there can be some injections as well as leakages as well, right? So we have some leakages or withdrawals as well. So withdrawals or leakages mean that money outflows from this circular flow of income. How it outflows? Like if people save money, right? So saving leads to outflow of money from the circular flow of income. And if government charges taxes, then again firms and households will pay taxes to the government, and it will outflow from the circular flow of income. And on the other hand, if the same amount of money that was saved by individuals is now invested into the businesses, then investment will lead to injection into the circular flow of income. And in the same way, the amount of money collected in taxes by the government is like leads to government spending or government expenditure, then it will be added into the circular flow of income. So this is three sector economy and circular flow of income in three sector economy. Now we are moving to the four sector economy. I'll just make amendments in the same circular flow of income. I'll add four sector economy here. All else will remain the same in the circular flow of income. Only leakages and injections will basically include one additional component. For example, now like leakages will include imports. For example, if we import goods from other countries, then money will outflow from the country, so it is a leakage. Similarly, if a country exports some goods to the other countries, then it will be a cause of injections into the circular flow of income. When we sell goods and services to other countries, money inflows into the country, that is added into this circular flow of income. And when we import goods from other countries, then we will have to pay, so money will outflow from the circular flow of income. So this is the basic idea of circular flow of income in this chapter. And then we have like the concept of equilibrium in two sector and equilibrium in three sector economy. and equilibrium in four sector economy. So I'll basically explain all of these three concepts on the same page. In two sector economy, when there are two economic agents, households and firms, equilibrium takes place at a point where saving is equal to investment. And in three sector economy, equilibrium takes place at a point where saving is equal to investment along with taxes and government expenditure. So now, like initially saving was only the leakage from circular flow of income in two sector economy, and investment was only the injection into circular flow of income. In three sector economy, saving plus taxes, these are two leakages, investment plus government expenditure, these are two injections. And in four sector economy, we will have the same condition, saving plus tax equals to investment plus government expenditure, but now we will add one more component into the leakages, that is import, and one component into this injections, that is export. Okay, so now we will also look into the graphical representation of these equilibrium points, and I'm making graph for all of these three at the same time, so you can easily compare them as well. Okay, what is the difference between them? Okay, so these are the axes. Okay, so in this first graph of two sector economy, I'll put leakages and injections here. We use L for leakages and J for injections, and this is origin point. On X we have GDP, and we will continue with the same pattern. On X we have GDP on all these graphs, and on Y we have leakages and injections, right? I'm using L for leakages and J for injection, leakages / injections. Okay, so leakages basically start from the negative region and then they move to the positive region like this, and we will follow the same pattern in all these three graphs, right? And we will label them as well. So this is the saving line only, but here it is saving plus tax, and in this graph it is saving plus tax plus imports. Okay, so these are different types of leakages into three sector and four sector economies. And keep in mind, injections are constant or autonomous by nature, so they are horizontal straight line, and we will add injections into all of these graphs. So what will be the difference between them? The only difference will be the amount of components in each type of injections. In two sector economy, injection is only investment, so we will plot investment here. So equilibrium takes place where saving is equal to investment, so saving and investment intersect each other at point E, and the national income or GDP will be equal to Y. In three sector economy, injections include investment plus government expenditure, so we will plot investment plus government expenditure here. And equilibrium takes place where leakages and injections intersect each other at point E, where national income will be equal to or GDP will be equal to Y. And in four sector economy, again we have already posted leakages here, and we have to add injections then, and injections now include investment, government expenditure and export. So investment plus government expenditure plus exports. And again this is the equilibrium point, and equilibrium national income or GDP will be this much. So this is how you can find out equilibrium in three sector, two sector and four sector economies. Okay, so one more thing that we will discuss is what will happen to the national income if there is increase in injections by the investors, exporters or the government, right? So we will look at that as well. And before that, I would also like to tell you that sometimes examiner gives the condition of equilibrium like this, that is saving in three sector economy, saving plus tax is equal to investment plus government expenditure, right? And sometimes what he does is he writes that saving is equal to investment plus government expenditure minus taxes. So this is the basic equilibrium condition, and this is an alternative method to represent equilibrium, right? So do you think equilibrium will also take place in the second condition as well? Then the answer is yes, because both are exactly the same equations. What I did is basically I posted saving here and I moved taxes to the other side, and I changed the sign. Plus tax is now converted into minus tax. So mathematically it is exactly the same thing. So both equations, equation 1 and equation 2, both are exactly the same thing. And also examiner may try to confuse you that saving plus tax plus import is equal to investment plus government expenditure plus exports. So this is the basic criteria of equilibrium, and every student knows that, but sometimes examiner confuses again by writing equation or manipulating the same equation mathematically. He writes S, that is saving is equal to investment plus government expenditure minus taxes plus exports minus imports. So is it again the equilibrium condition or not? So it is exactly the same thing. So it also satisfies the equilibrium condition. What I did here is I posted saving as it is, and then equal sign, and then investment, and then government expenditure. Then I moved taxes to the other side of equation, and when we change the side, we change the sign as well. So it was plus tax, now it is minus tax, and then plus exports, and then I moved imports to the other side, and this is minus imports. So it also satisfied the condition of equilibrium. Okay, so as I told you earlier that the last thing that I'll be explaining you is what will be the change in national income due to change in national income. National income is the proxy of GDP, like gross domestic product or national income. You can replace these terms with each other. Rather, GDP is the proxy of national income. So change in national income or GDP due to the change in injections, right? If we change injections, then what will happen to the change in GDP, right? So keep in mind, whenever we inject money into the circular flow of income, it leads to multiple times increase in national income or GDP of the country. And it is also known as multiplier. Multiplier will be explained in detail in A2 economics, but not in AS, right? So I'll not focus more on that, but just to give you an idea of multiplier. Multiplier is a constant value that shows increase in investment leads to a multiple times increase in national income or GDP of the country. Same is the case with other injections, right? So we can make a graph. This is the negative area, origin point, and positive area of the graph. On y-axis I have leakages and injections, leakages slash injections. On x I have GDP, and this is a leakages line that includes like saving. If it is two sector economy, we will just post saving. If it is three sector economy, then we will put saving plus tax, and if it is four sector economy, then we will post saving plus tax plus imports. Okay, so now the next thing we need to add is, like, we have to add injections as well. Injection line is a horizontal straight line because injections are autonomous, they are constant. Autonomous mean constant, they don't change with the change in GDP of the country. So they include investment plus government expenditure plus exports. If it is two sector economy, then we will write only investment. If it is three sector, then investment plus government expenditure, And if it is four sector economy, then investment plus government expenditure plus export. So these are injections. We use J for injections, and these are leakages. Equilibrium takes place where leakages are equal to injections. So leakages, injections meet each other at point E, where GDP of the country will be Y. Now the other thing that we have to incorporate here is increase in injection lead to a multiple times increase in national income or GDP of the country. So if we need to increase injection, then we will have to shift this injection line upward. So now let's say we increased investment, then it will be now I1 plus G plus export. So this is like J1 or increased injections. And now equilibrium will move to E1, and as a result national income or GDP will increase to Y1. So this is like change in investment delta sign. We use delta sign for change. So change in investment is this much, and this much is the change in income. So delta Y. Delta Y is change in income. We use Y for GDP or income. So this rise in income from Y to Y1 will be multiple times more than the rise in investment, right? So whenever we invest money, we expect a multiple times increase in income. Same thing happens with the private investment and government expenditure as well, right? So government also invests money if it thinks that this project can like bring many benefits that are more than the amount of money that is spent by the government, then government will invest in that venture or that project. So this is it for this chapter. If you have any confusion, then you may write in the comment box, and I'll be like conducting an online grand class, 6 hours grand class for paper 2, and if you are interested to join that class, then you can get yourself registered by sending your name and like your request to get registered on my WhatsApp number, that is 0333 4429673, and I'll basically let you know about the exact date of grand class soon, and I'll also provide you the guest paper and the solution of guest paper 2 as well, for paper 2 as well, right? So see you with the next video soon, inshallah. I believe you got this idea, and if again there is any issue, any concern or any ambiguity, you may write in the comment. I'll get back to you as early as possible. So see you soon. Allah Hafiz.